Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today, if you're wondering why I've been gone for about a week, it's because I have become really sick, and I feel like crap half the time, but I realized I need to make a video. I can't just go weekly. I realized I need to make a video, and I've been saving this for a while. I was thinking about doing this for 100 subscribers, but I don't have any other options at this point, and so I'm gonna tell you guys, I don't know if this kid watches my videos or not. I think I gave him my chance. No, I was telling... Alright, I'll get into this in a minute. But, so this was last summer. So, a while ago. I was 10, 11, I don't really know. And this was last summer. And I went to this film camp. You guys know I'm really into making movies and, having fun and stuff like that. Well, I went to this film camp, I was expecting it to be fun. And right off the bat, the first kid I run into, I don't know, he seemed like, you guys know that that kids on crack meme that was popular a few years ago. Yeah, that's what he reminded me of, except he had like orange, like red hair, and yeah, that's what he reminded me of. He was just constantly, he was very jittery. I'm pretty sure he had ADHD. Actually, yeah, he did have ADHD. And I didn't want to be partnered with him because I knew this was, like a group project. We group with some people and we basically make a movie. And so we get there, it's pretin fun. We're sitting there going through orientation, and he's basically telling us, his background in film. Like, he used to work in film. He helped work on a couple movies. He produced some commercials and stuff like that. So, he's pretty familiar with all of this. And so then let's fast forward through this orientation. He's like, all right, we're going to go into threes. And so immediately I'm like, all right, this kid and right before I could say another kid, let's call him Jacob. Jacob just hops in. He's like, all right, we're a group now. And yeah, you guys can tell where this is going. So right off the bat, I didn't want to be working with him. And then so we go back to our desk. He's like, all right, you guys, brainstorm an idea for a film. You all have to agree on it. And yeah, that's pretty much what we were doing for the first half of that day, was brainstorming and writing the script for a movie. And so we're brainstorming. I'm like, all right, I have an idea for something that could look cool and maybe be a bit different. Well, not different, but I mean, like, people were doing movies. I was thinking of doing like a teaser, like a trailer kind of thing. Because the thing is supposed to be like 2 minutes, 30 seconds to like 3 minutes long. So it's not supposed to be that long. And I was like, oh, that's about the length of the trailer. You could probably get some people, excited, like, do those fake movie trailers like people do on YouTube, I kind of watch that stuff every now and then. It's fun. So we're sitting there. I'm like, all right, let's do a trailer. And it can be... And so this kid, second kid in my group, who was actually pretty involved in this, was like, we'll call him Nathan. So Nathan agrees with me. He's like, yeah. And I was thinking, one shot we could have him loading and cocking a gun. And it didn't have to look real. It just needed, I just thought it would be cool. Like those cinematic shots where it's like a I don't want to get back into this. That kind of thing. And so I was thinking, we do that. And he's like, oh, my mom won't like me doing anything with guns. Kid. So, and then he pitches his idea for this. And this goes on for, by the way, this camp is for 5 days, so. And so he pitches his idea for this. And it's Hero Man. Hero Man. So, basically, what it is take Captain Underpants and Superman and throw them together. Like the fake superhero and actually, like a fake kid superhero, and, mix it with Superman, because, Superman, like, he's from another planet, pretty much. So, that's that, pretty much. So, I'm like, alright, well, and then we had to go back, after, like, 10, 20 minutes, and, vote on whose idea, because obviously we're gonna have different ideas. And, we had to vote on whose idea, like, the class wanted to see who they thought would be best. And my idea won. But then Jacob starts complaining to the teacher. He's like, but my mom won't like me doing this, so you need to do something without guns and without violence. My mom will not like it. So he's like, alright, fine, just, you guys just get some credit. I don't know what we did, honestly, but, this kid, so Jacob is like, all right, you know what, fine. Fine. And then our teacher, I'm just gonna call him Mr. Jones. So Mr. Jones comes over, he's like, all right, you know what, you guys go with him, maybe you guys can, incorporate the ideas. I'm like, all right, let's how about we do, and so we decided to go with a trailer. Well, he really decided, like, we weren't doing anything, like, for days. And, he decided, that, he wanted to do the trailer idea, but with Hero Man. So, it's not in copyright, so actually, no, it is. We ended up looking it up a few days later, and turns out it's a Japanese anime made by Marvel, so, technically I could get this demonetized, but who knows. But, so, it was making Hero Man, into a trailer, and, basically, we wrote the script out. Like, I already had this script written out. Like, when we had the idea, well, they were debating, because I was like, hold on, let's go ahead and write the scripts up. Let me go ahead and write my script up. You guys debate, because I didn't want to do his idea, but I was like, at the same time, I just want to get the experience. I was still really mad, don't get me wrong, but, I was not that happy about having to do Hero Man, and Jacob basically kind of had to get his way because there was no kind of arguing with him. Because eventually, I think it was one point where he's like, "I'll sue you," or no, that was a different fight that I had a while ago. But so like we start debating because this is like shooting the movie or trailer or whatever we were doing was like 3 days in, then we had the extra 2 days to edit the entire thing. So and then the next day, basically the first day it was brainstorming and writing a script, and then third day was scouting, second day was scouting, third day was filming, fourth day was editing, and then for like half the day on the fifth day was editing and presentation. So we're sitting there like, okay, let's just do this, let's get it over with, maybe in the end he'll be okay with this. So, turns out, he's a bit of a diva when it comes to doing things his way. Like, it can't be any other way. And, basically, it was the most annoying thing I've ever had to deal with. And then, like, half the time, he just wanted to screw off. And, yeah. So he wanted to screw off, not do the thing. And I'm like, listen, okay? And then, like, half the time, he would be like, no, you're not doing it right, okay? Even though I told you to do this, you're doing exactly what I said, you're doing it wrong. He wouldn't say that, but, yeah. And it was pretty much that boss you hate to work for. And it was supposed to be a group project, but he kind of just became the boss, like, of everything. Like, we were the factory workers, and he was the supervisor, kind of. That's a weird analogy, but yeah, that's kind of what my channel is. So, anyways, he's kind of become a boss, not like a awesome person. I mean, like, he's become like an a-hole and just will not do anything else besides doing it his way. Like, no straying from the path that he's, like, laid down. So, we don't want to do this, and he's, like borderline yelling at us half the time, and we're not doing it right. And then, people started calling it gay, and like, oh, dude, your film's so gay, it's not gonna do good at all. And, so okay, so, and he started freaking out. This is the good part of the story. He starts freaking out. At one point, like, because sometimes, we designate, on the first day, we designate roles, like, certain people would be actors, like, everyone's gonna be an actor, pretty much, well, except for one person. So basically, there's actors, the director, the cameraman, and that kind of stuff. And so there were 2 helpers there that were working on, that basically, supervising while Mr. Jones, I think I called him, was off working and trying to help kids with whatever they were doing, but if they were also there to help other people. So, Jacob just starts showing kids his ADHD meds. Just like showing him like, hey, look at this. I had the headphones on, you know, I was watching YouTube because again, we designate roles, and like I was the editor and also an actor. And also those two helpers were the only other actors in there because no one else would be in it. Like no one wanted to help. So so no one else wanted to help. And then like this whole freak out thing happened after everyone was calling it gay and like it was stupid and that kind of stuff. He starts showing kids his freaking ADHD meds, and I'm sitting over there watching YouTube because I was like the editor and also an actor. So, and we weren't filming yet, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna sit here, watch YouTube, unwind from this whole Jacob thing, don't want to be involved. So, I'm sitting there, and then my friends who I made there, they came over. I was also working with them on their project because we were like borrowing actors from different groups. So they were all working on this detective thing, and they come over like, hey, and I thought they were wanting to like, hey, can you run by these lines with us real quick? That's what I thought they were gonna ask. No. Do you know what they did? They said, look up this like ADHD med. It was like an Oxy something, or maybe it wasn't Oxy, but yeah. And then I'm like, what is it? And they'll just like, look it up. And it was like ADHD meds, like hardcore ADHD meds. Yeah. So, and then he comes over, he's like, what are you guys looking at? And then I'm like, oh, we're just looking up, David Hero Man. So we're looking up, see if Hero Man was a thing. And, then he showed me his meds. And, yeah, this was a very stressful week for me. And so after this, so after he shows everyone his ADHD meds, that's when we found out it was like an anime made by Marvel, specifically in Japan. This whole Hero Man thing. So we were like, oh, it's copyrighted. No, we're gonna get like sued by Marvel and Disney, and yeah. So so we were just basically messing with him. And then this is another good part. He starts saying like, no, this wasn't this. So a couple days down the line, or no, a day later after we're done shooting, he asks us to make a Musical.ly. And you guys remember the dead meme, the chair dance? Yeah, he had us film the chair dance for him. And he put it on Musical.ly, you know, that stupid site where 14-year-olds want to look cool and do nothing but lip sync to trashy pop songs. Yeah, that site. Basically, he wanted us to film that. And I honestly have a Musical.ly account. Like, I don't think I can link that below, but I'll put an annotation on screen now. I basically do, you know, I try and make jokes and stuff like that. You know, I'm not, you know, into that lip syncing stuff. I'm kind of basically trying to recreate Vine instead of doing the trashy pop song stuff. So I'm basically trying to recreate Vine, if that makes sense. Like, I want to see more people like Brandon Bowen, King Batch, and Christian Del Grosso, and Thomas Sanders, those kinds of people. I want to see them rise up again. But yeah, so after we filmed this Musical.ly for him, and I go back to editing this movie that took forever, by the way, because I kept doing it wrong and I had to keep starting over. I had to keep starting over, and I go back to editing, and then these kids come next to us like, hey, you editing that gay film? And he's sitting there like kind of like being like, no, 9, you doing it wrong. Why did I switch between freaking Hitler and a Japanese guy? So he's like, 9, you doing it wrong. And basically was being, again, a bit of an a-hole. And he was being really hard to work with. And then they were like calling him gay, you know, messing with him, basically being the internet in real life. And he starts saying it's illegal to bully him. I will never forget this as long as I live. He says it's illegal to bully him. So, yeah. And so, thing is, my cousins were there at the time, so I kind of forgot about him for a while. My cousins were over during the summer to, you know, just be over and spend time with me and my family. Or maybe just my family. I have no idea if they were there for me or not. But So I had to go through this, and at the time I was so mad about this. Like now I'm like, why was I so mad? You know, I don't understand it. And yeah, so I haven't really heard from him since, except for one day after I think he commented on one of my videos or my Musical.lys or whatever, and said we should team up No Power Man, because remember that really crappy stop motion short I did? Team up No Power Man with Hero Man. Basically, I did that short for like extra credit in art class, like 2 years after, or no, 2 years before this whole thing happened. So I had completely forgotten about it. Then he just messaged me about it, and so yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna see this and tell me to take it down, but I'm not, because again, I didn't give out names. I didn't do anything like that. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this weird video about this weird kid, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Link in the description for my social medias. And yeah, see you guys next time, and so yeah.